Aloha Mai Kākou, welcome. This is the tarot section. This is part 2 of my 3-part series. Every month I do a full moon and new moon readings. And welcome. Oh, and I always kick the camera. I am Wana Nella, the Hawaiian Gypsy, and happy to be here to bring you the messages for this month. This is the full moon actually for the upcoming full moon, super moon in Aquarius in August 1st. This month we're having 2 full moons. They're both super moons, one August 1st and the second one on August 30th. I believe it's in Pisces. You can double check that. I guess we're having a super blue moon. But this reading is done on the August 1st, for the August 1st, around that time. And then again, also all readings are, the energies they are fluid, so sometimes, we get these energies, read messages when we need them, so that's also good too. If you're being drawn to the reading after, sometimes what's going on in your life, there could be a message in here. All right, so I'm going to get started. I had too much of a long intro with the Mayan Oracle, which I already did. If you're new to my reading, I do 3 parts. I do a Mayan Oracle. That's what you see here. I already explained those cards. If you're interested in learning more about those cards, I do keep them there because I bring them in and also revisit these guys. I bring them back out again for the new moon readings. We just go deeper into them when I do the Oracle. But I always do the Oracle, the Mayan Oracle. Then now we're into the tarot portion, and I always draw from the energies of Mayan and Hawaiian, and also to Egyptian, but mainly I work with the energies of Mayans and Hawaiian. All right, and and also to this beautiful card here was also drawn. So if you want to learn more about that, that's in there. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the tarot. And so already a lot of really powerful messages. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited, and I'm excited for having you here. So we're going to clear the energy. I always do 3. So just careful, like the tinctures, they're like of light energy, so they can be pretty loud. Okay, except for that sound. All right, we'll get started. All right, I'm just put them here for now. What I'd like to mention is, so when we move from the Mayan Oracle into the tarot section, we have a bridging, I pull a deck from the bridging mess energies to go from the Mayan to the tarot. And out came the Nine of Swords. So that means we're going to be pretty much, it's kind of like an arching energy. Oh my goodness, sorry y'all. It's kind of like an arching energy, and so what we talked about a little bit over there, I do bring some of the message in here just as quickly, just so, because that's the energies that are going to come through into this reading as well. But this can be also a message in itself. So this arching energy, the 9 of Swords, basically, we talked about how that sun coming out, and you heard that saying, like, sometimes it's our fear of success that, we're more afraid of than our fear of failure. And that's kind of like what's kind of coming through here. So we mentioned a little bit with the sun coming out, it's really kind of showing us things that, that have been that mental nightmare, so even when it's like that, like even when we're awake, we're having this nightmare because they're coming from whatever pressure or whatever mental negativities we're having, worry, stress, all that kind of thing, anything that is of the mental mind. And so a big message came out was courage. We are in Leo season right now, so you know, Leo is the sign for the sun. Also too, you know, Leo is also the sign for the courage card in the wider way, or the tarot. So yeah, so that really, and it's not just about being courageous, and of course take how that resonates for you. Also too, yeah, I'll just say real quick, just general reading, so take what resonates, and just leave the rest. So it's not just about being courageous, you know, like just kind of like pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, or doing that courageous speed, or standing up to somebody. I mean, all those are great and they're needed too, but it's also about now taking it a lot deeper, being courageous to face the fears and say, hey, what is this actually showing me? Okay, what do I really need to see? What is the lesson? And that was really, really important. So I'm going to give you a homework now so I don't forget. So one of the homeworks is, and I'm going to pull one of these as the home. Oh, so part of your homework is the empowering questions, rhetorical questions. But I'm going to just say the homework because of the homework I gave in the Mayan Oracle. And that is, get yourself a journal. And it doesn't have to be fancy. It can be, you know, sometimes it's nice. Do something for yourself that makes you feel good. But also too, get yourself a journal and like see these things, these past events that really have kind of shooken you up, maybe brought like childhood fears that you've forgotten about, like now coming to the surface, this kind of thing. Because also Venus in retrograde can mean past relationships coming, you know, coming back. But it's not just romance. It's not just love. These are like relationships from the past. This card wants to come out. We'll take a look at it in a minute. It's not just about, it's about all relationships. All relationships. So relationship and business. So are there like past events that happened that kind of shook you to the core when you were like younger? Like go back as far as you feel that's really significant. What was the first one that made you feel a certain way, like let's say shamed of, like let's say you know, you're a child who loved to yeah, oh god, I just don't want to really get, I don't want to get like you know, too stereotypical here, but bear with me, okay? Well, let's say you're a child who just liked to kind of talk out loud, you know, like, you know, storytelling, and you just kind of talk out loud, looks like you're talking to yourself, and you were made fun of, that kind of thing. And so it brought you shame as to, you know, those creative endeavors. So now it's time to say, hey, screw the world, that part. You know, I don't care what anybody thinks, and I'm gonna go back and start being that child I was again. And I'm gonna talk out loud. I don't care if I'm on the bus, people think I'm crazy. You know, I mean, don't do it for that, but do it because that was in you. That was a part of you, that kind of thing. So anything that anybody made you feel ashamed of when you were part. So that's one thing, but it's also other things. Okay, this card is like saying, oh yeah, wow, okay. So warrior is, so he's got a wand. This is the Knight of Wands. Interesting. Fire energy. That's why he wanted to come out. And yeah, he was like really like, yeah, he was like, you know, that fiery energy, like, let me out. So yeah, this is your child. So what's wonderful, and this is the Knight. So the Knight can be known as the player, but you know, I don't like to like always stereotype a card, because like you know, I believe in the completeness of a whole. So you know, negative and positive attributes being completeness. And Ahau, the sun, is also about wholeness. We know that the year goes around the sun 365 days. So that's the whole year. That's wholeness. That's the completion of a cycle. So, and this is what's helping you to complete the cycle now. Go back, be the player. Not romantically, you know, like don't, you know what I mean? Don't be the player and, you know, the man who gets a lot of women, or the woman gets a lot of men, or whatever, you know, that type. Anyways, you know what I mean. Okay. But be the play, go back to your childhood and whatever you were deprived of, go back and bring that up. I just like heard a message too. That actually came through another message. So it's interesting that this is coming up because this is Venus, and it's about healing the love relationship within yourself. Okay, so now we got that out. So that is our overarching energy for the reading. So when I do the full moon readings, I use these Zoltan Tarot. They're Mayan Zoltan Tarot as the main tarot deck, and I use the Hazel Moon Hawaiian Tarot for clarifiers, and then it's reversed when I do new moon readings. Okay. Sorry, heart. Put the heart over here. Okay, the heart just wants to fall down. Okay, I'll just put it in. Yeah, okay. Safer there. Okay, that goes up here. And sorry if I can't get them all into the... All right, so when I... Oh, two wanted to come out. Okay, so when I do... and I'm a very messy tarot reader, by the way. This guy also... So Sovereign is page. And we got a page of wands. Interesting. Wow. You guys saw me shuffle there. Well, I'm going to move. And I'm very messy tarot. So that's me being a little girl. Very messy. Okay, wow, what do we got? Everything all over the place. Okay, too messy. Okay, so actually, you know what? Maybe I'm going to bring that one up here. Okay, so as I mentioned, I use the principles of Ho'oponopono, and that is the Hawaiian practice of making things right. First, we got to make things right with ourselves. So how the cards work is I do a spread of 3. This is your middle self. This is you here manifested on earth. This is how you're perceiving yourself to you in the manifested world and to others out in the world. And then the bottom card represents the lower self. That's the subconscious self, also where we harbor and harness our hopes and fears. And so it's just things to look at that are energies that are that could help, especially with this message since we're talking about childhood. And then the upper card is the higher self. That is like your higher self, and that is basically the divine self. That is without, fears or ego and that kind of stuff. It's purity. It can also represent also ancestral energy and things like that. Okay, and then this is a card that is hidden energies that are trying to come through. Sometimes they can represent energies from the past, and these are on this side, on the right side, is energies that are we're aware of, but maybe not paying enough attention to. Like, for example, Spirit wants us to kind of pay more attention to something, again, only if it resonates, and or like maybe take a different perspective. So we'll talk about that when we reveal the cards. So actually, let's just go ahead and turn them all over with, I don't know, I do things differently each time other than my spread. So sometimes I turn them all over, and sometimes I wait. Ooh, nice. That's the sun. We got the sun card again. All right, one of the messages that came out through Ahau was that, and also at the end of the message came out is that, and of course, take if it resonates, okay? It has to resonate for you. If you want the message because you feel the message, then you take it. But if you don't want the message, then don't take it. So one of the messages that came through is that for those this resonates with is that you are actually a very, very powerful being in an essence of someone who has a revolutionary aspect to yourself that will have an impact on the world. And because you are like a revolutionary thinker, you're I'm going to say individual thinker, but what I mean is a very unique thinker. Like you'll think of things like nobody else would, because you see the world in a very special way, and that is like really through divine love. And you have a very, very strong purpose that will actually have a huge impact in the world in a way of like humanitarian, altruism, all that kind of, but very, very powerful, kind of like, Mother Teresa or Gandhi, like if we think of those people, Malcolm X actually, and actually I'm glad he actually came out because he was a very unique way and approach, and you're kind of like that in a way that's just very unique. It's going to come you're going to come through and kind of hit the world in a way that's like, wow, we never saw this before. This is truly revolutionary. So revolutionary is a really strong word. So yeah, I'm really getting like journaling is really, really going to be important to you. And this is why, like, really, because you're unique. If you were someone, I know I was, again, if this resonates, like maybe it wasn't as bad like you were somebody that really got picked on, but maybe you're somebody that just was, you always felt like you were different. So it could be anything, whatever you feel, whatever you resonate, whatever was your story. We're changing that now. And that's the whole thing of the new sun dawning, or the new sun rising, right? The phoenix rising, the sun is rose, it's a new dawn, and it's a new day. And that's the whole thing, is that whatever was your story is going to no longer be, and that's what we're letting go. All right, but there's an essence, like, it's time to come back to be yourself. Get rid of all the whatever made anybody feel any kind of thing to be different than who they truly were. Like if somebody made you feel ashamed about yourself, or embarrassed about yourself, or tried to persuade you to be a certain way, guilt, whatever. We need to get rid of all that, whatever it is, and we need to come back to that free child, that just free to play and play. I'm getting play, of course, whatever that works for you. I'm getting really play, be fun, have fun, enjoy. It's a time for creativity. And sometimes just going back to that, oh geez, yeah, what did I love as a child that kind of either was taken away or was put on hold or was oppressed from, whatever it was. Come back to that. And journaling can help you to discover. So the journaling I was mentioning in the Mayan Oracle, that the homework, if you want, if you resonate with it, to do, and that is just anything that comes up. Don't try to remember, but just ask yourself, like a meditation, what were the things that really shook me? And then write that event down and say, and then ask yourself, how did that change me? How did that change my feelings about myself? How did that change my thinking? How did that change my okay, all right. Hopefully YouTube doesn't strike me out here, the finger, but I'm trying to count. But how did that change my thinking, right? How did that change my perspective on life? And then take that, and then now you can ask yourself, what is my truth? How do I change this story now to be authentic me? All right, and that's what's coming out. That's what the sun is shining. And this is perfect. We are talking about this message because this is in the place of the lower self. And it is this little fire coming up. So you are being inspired. So it's exciting. So yeah. So whatever you're being inspired to do, even if it seemed like, wow, this is not, this is not really fitting in at the moment, maybe I'll schedule it in. No, do it right then. When you're inspired to do it then. Even if it feels like kind of off, or it feels kind of weird, or it feels kind of strange, do it. Because what will happen, sorry, I don't mean to get bossy. I get bossy because, I feel powerful behind the camera anyway. But yeah, when you feel inspired and do it right then and there. I mean, of course, if it's absolutely not a good time, again, your judgment, your discernment, use your discernment. But the point is if you're inspired to do something, then that is really a calling of your authenticity to express. So I'm going to leave that kind of like there at that. Okay, so here we're going to come now to the middle south, and we have the Eight of Wands. You are changing rapidly. This is powerful. You're changing rapidly. And as you're changing your mind, so we may be getting a little overwhelmed. Too much sun can get too hot, but mind you, the sun is good. The sun is beautiful. It is hope. It is everything. We need the sun. Life cannot exist without the sun, and it can't exist without the water. The two elements that are fire and water that are very, very critical. And I'm going to take, at the end, I'm going to take a card from the Visionary card. All right, so yeah, so you're changing rapidly. and you're feeling this. So there might be times overwhelmed. So, I mean, of course, then balance that. Balance. So it's funny because we got an 8 of Wands, and I'm looking at, as I'm talking to the balance, balance yourself. Rest when you need to. And then act when you need to. So that's kind of like what I was saying about the inspiration. So sometimes, yeah, that inspiration, like sometimes Spirit might call us, you know, oh, go over there and say this to that person. You're like, no, they're going to think I'm crazy. But when we do it, it's like all of a sudden that person will say, oh my goodness, you just helped me out. Right? So out of the mind, we need to start being true to our authentic selves. And we are changing rapidly. And that is exciting. So yeah, make sure you're balancing your physical body, your spiritual body, your emotional body, and of course your mental body. But all the same, we're changing because our perceptions are changing. And most importantly, what Venus is showing us right now in retrograde is that our perceptions of ourselves, our perception to the relationships of ourselves, seeing that, oh, maybe I got left out of the group over there. You know, that was unfair for the group to leave me out. But meanwhile, all the while, what it is maybe it was showing that, hey, maybe that group wasn't healthy for you. And you were not choosing yourself. You're choosing, let's say, oh, that group is very prestigious. So being part of that group is going to give me leverage and status kind of thing. But meanwhile, they won't really give you anything. It'll be more of something that will take you more away from yourself. So you're not choosing you. So Spirit is showing you through the group not choosing you. This is an example, of course. Through the group not choosing you, it's actually showing you that you're not choosing yourself. Maybe you do belong, so let's say for the example, you do belong to a group, but maybe it's just not that group. But we want a group that is going to resonate and allow that to come in. And they're coming in. It's coming in. And so energies that are influencing us is this crossing card. And that is the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah. So what I'm getting a little bit to what my example, interesting, is that you may be feeling an urgency to really belong to a group. And that's good. That's good. That's community. That's ohana. So you are correct in feeling that. But remember, it takes time to build that community. And again, allow them to come to you, because as you change more into your authentic self, what will happen is, no, I'm not even going to say that word, but what happens is that energy projects out, and like a magnet, it starts drawing in. So now, instead of drawing in people that are like karmic lessons kind of thing, we are now drawing in people that are going to be people, that 3 of Pentacles, that are going to help us, are going to work with us, not help us, work with us. Well, I mean, some could be there to help us to move on into our mission too, so that's a good thing. But also too, on an even status, everybody's going to come together to work together for the same purpose, for the same project. We're in alignment. I mean, people are going to be different, but we're going to have the same goal. We're going to have the same purpose. And we're going to have the same idea, like, okay, that's great. You're different. I'm different. We need these uniqueness. We need this individual thinking in order to provide, because it takes all the different pieces and everything to make this work as a wholeness. It takes the sun and the moon to make a full cycle, day and night to day and night. And then the cycles of the moon to make a month. And then 12 cycles of the moon to make a year. 1 cycle of the sun. What a beautiful harmony. What a beautiful kind of marriage, if you will. What a beautiful partnership. So beautiful and harmonious, because they are being true to their authentic selves. Huh? Good thing for that, eh? All right. And then from the higher selves, we are seeing, wow, this is beautiful. We're seeing judgment. Yeah, just want to double check judgment. And that's interesting, because judgment is 20, Ahau is 20. So this is our judgment. Our judgment is our truth. We're being awakening, as I said, your middle self is changing. And you may feel a little naked sometimes. You may feel like, whoa, you know, everything has fallen away and I've lost everything. But that was really things that were no longer serving your truth. So now you got like free, a clean slate. It's time to just get into the imagination and create your new world, create your new life. But first, come to your center and discover the Venus, the things that you love. What are the things you love about yourself? What are the things that you love to create? What are the things you love to express? So yeah, and that is what's going to branch out, and that is why we are moving forward into the life that we are truly desiring, wanting. That is, and I'm not talking ego desire, I'm talking about truly what's in our heart. And because also too, we're participating now in our own success. So success is here. It's in the cards. Success is coming. So you know, it's here now, but step by step, there's still steps, right? And we got the Seven of Pentacles. Yes, we are going to begin step by step, as I just mentioned, step by step. So this is what we're not seeing. Even through going through the ugly, it's still part of building things towards our success, because there's something very important going through that process, right? Going through the process and coming out the other end of this ugly journey or ugly experience or ugly event. There's something about it, but doing it the right way, you know, not giving in to our fears, not giving into those emotions, like feeling and validating. But when we feel and validate it, they actually help us to highlight what is we want to change, or what we want to let go of, or what we want to motivate ourselves to step into. So it could be something like, you know, I'm so tired of the same old pattern. So let's say a beating. Like, oh God, I wanted to lose 20 pounds. Okay, I know these are really cliche examples, but sometimes simple examples they just, you know, make it easy to make even a complex point. But the thing is, so I'm just tired of, you know, like being the same weight. I wanted to lose 20 pounds, like, you know, 10 years ago. But here I am, same food, same pattern. So like, okay. So instead of, you know, just giving into like, and then just whatever, destructive behavior, then I'm going to allow that anger to show me that, I'm tired of this. I want to take care of my health. That's most important. And I want to feel good. I want to feel energy. So then I use that anger to transform into motivation in order to get myself into something and use creativity. So instead of like, you know, joining a gym, that's not really for me. Well, I dance. So I'm going to take dance classes. This is just examples, whatever works for you. And then the energies that are here, we have two. Wow. But I'm sure. So we got, 10 of Wands. Yeah. This is about participating in letting go of that is what's not serving you, or as per my example, letting go like things of, whether it's habits, whether it's things that are weighing you down, like sometimes even having too much stuff like clutter, right? So this might be a call to get rid of clutter, for example. Because even clutter is energy, right? And if we have too much stuff, like you can feel suffocated kind of thing. So we need to let go of those wands, right? And wands can be that of energy. So yeah, to giving yourself the energy, letting go that which no longer serves you. And it's good because the 10 of Wands, which means that you're at that point where you're like, like Tony Robbins' ad. Every time I go on YouTube, his ad comes on every time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Tony Robbins, I feel like I'm married to you, because every second, like, kind of like in my face. You feel like you're living somebody else's story, or you feel like, that you're not doing what you're supposed to be living, you know, and you've been through so much. Are you angry? I'm angry. And I feel like, yeah. So, so I guess, I don't know why that came up. But it's because you're ready. You're ready to make the change. You're ready to let go of that, which is whatever it is that's holding you down, holding you back, weighing you down is actually what's coming through, weighing you down. Don't know why I started talking about Tony Robbins. Anyway, so I was like, yeah, I'm tired of, well, ads in my face every 2 seconds. I mean, you know, Tony Robbins is great, but, you know. Okay, anyways. So, and then we have a major arcana card, which is the 7. So, yeah. Yeah, see that? 7 Chariot, and it's Cancer. We just finished Cancer season. See that? Things are happening fast. You are changing fast. Things are beginning to move because you are doing it. You are, and that's why things are building. That's why, you know, this can be, the 7 of Pentacles can be a card of reaping what you sow, kind of thing. And in this case, it's reaping what you reaping the energy, allowing the energy to come in from what you let go, and that's hard work too. It's hard work, right? It's hard work to grow things, and it's hard work to let go of things. Oh, there's a poetry right there. So this is really cool. All right, so that's wonderful. That, yeah, and it's having you change fast. And this is kind of like an exponential kind of catalytic event. The more you let go, the faster things start falling into place. But there is going to be a change. And of course, wands could be a change of the physical beauty, that kind of thing now. And of course, you know, not vanity beauty, but we are also beautiful. And I know you're beautiful. And that is, even if it doesn't resonate, I'm going to say you're beautiful. And, you know, and that's the thing, changing how you feel, you know, feeling beautiful. Even the times when you may think you don't feel so pretty, or, I'm sorry, and of course I'm using beautiful and pretty, but this is also males or female, it doesn't matter. We are beautiful beings, right? And handsome or pretty, you don't feel so handsome or pretty, you know, maybe you have those days where you, I feel ugly. I know I just had that day. Ooh, there I go, kick the camera. You know, I feel kind of ugly today, but even those days, you're still beautiful, because that's just a perception. It's just something we're going through, and that's how we relate sometimes to those energies. So when you're feeling energy, just say, yeah, but I'm ugly beautiful, because it's still telling us something, right? And laying down all the burdens, especially that, the 9 of Swords, coming back to here, especially anything that is of negative thinking, negative self-talk. And, you know, there might be a call to just lay down the ugly worries, lay down the shame, or, you know, whatever you resonate, lay down all those things that are burdensome, and just say, hey, I'm done. I am done. This is the card about being done. I am done, and I'm changing my habits, I'm changing my behaviors, I'm changing a way about myself. And then this is a victory card, this is a Chariot. And the more you have more realizations about yourself, and you're just on your path to success, on your path to personal growth that is going to be manifested on. And I said that earlier too, about this is success, right? This is abundance coming in. But because of all that, because you're doing the Hana is work, you're doing the work, the internal work of yourself. Okay, so here is 6 of Sticks. Oh, didn't I say that? Did I say that? I can't remember if I said it. I said I wouldn't be surprised if 6 of Wands come up. 6 of Sticks is the 6 of Wands. Just as I'm talking about all that. All that. Okay. Sometimes I pull one card, sometimes I pull them all, sometimes I pull, I don't know, but wow, that's fabulous. Do I need to say anything else? You guys want to say something? You can say something about the 6 of Sticks in the comments. But yeah, I just felt that 6 of Wands coming through, right? And who's this? Who's this guy here? the Servant of Wands. Oh yeah, Page of Wands. Right? So yeah, back to that playful child. Come back to that playful child. Even if you had a wonderful child. Maybe you had a wonderful child, but there was something that you missed. You know, we can't do everything in life. But Spirit is saying, don't stop yourself. Don't hesitate. Don't think that you can't do it now. You can. Still be a child. That's really, really important. I don't know why I'm doing this. And this is, oh yeah. This is the High Priestess. Follow. Okay, so High Priestess. That's why she wanted to come through. High Priestess. Often we say, oh, follow your intuition. But in this case, what I want to say is follow the light down to your lower self. Okay, there's meditation to reach your lower self. And that's usually like something like swimming down to the bottom of a pool or walking down the stairs into the deep cellar. Now, in the Oracle, I mentioned something about, you know, releasing fears and things. One of the things, you can see the blackness in here, is if we remove the swords, we just have blackness. It's just blackness. So in this blackness, in this darkness, in this shum, I'm going to say that's the Korean word for just the deep, dark space, there's peace. There's silence. That's all it is. We can create anything in this blackness. And that's what I want you to see. So go down to this meditation, and if you feel resonating, I'm just putting it out there. And by the way, I do have my meditation video, which I'm really excited. I finally got the chance to do the third, which is my meditation. I haven't been able to do that, but I have a premiere on August the 1st and it is a meditation for the super full moon in Aquarius on August 1st. But it's 8 p.m. on Atlantic time. But anyways, so a meditation, you know, whatever it is, taking yourself deep to the depths. You know, water is usually good too, like swimming to like the bottom of the ocean or something like that. But where where it's dark, right? But where it's dark, we start seeing those luminescent type animals, or that creature that came out in Dory, right, with the light, you know, coming off his head, right? So you can see. But that's it. You're following the light into the depths of your soul, because that light, it what holds true hopes and dreams. All right, and that is what's inside of us, and that's what this High Priestess is saying. Follow into the depths of your soul, that deep depth where your intuition comes from. But there's something that is consciously needed to be found. Okay, what's that one? Jade. 10 of Jade. Right. Right? Your treasure, that's where your treasure is. Your treasure is this, I don't know, some people say inner child. In Hawaiian, it's the lower self. But it's still representation of your inner child, right? That's where your treasure is. That's where all your abundance is. And tap, I don't like the word tapping into, but I'm going to just say that. It came out that way. And tapping into that energy will actually contribute to this success, right? The page is also depicted as the child as well. Page of Wands, creativity, passion. All that is coming through. I mean, there are other things that these things can depict, but this is the message that is coming through, right? And then that's going to be what contributes to your success, because you're going to align with that. All right, what I'd like to do is I'm going to pick this TLC for the soul. Perfect. Sometimes cards, like, they just want to come out, and I don't know if I'm going to pull it in the Mayan or the Tarot. But this one, I originally wanted to pull it in the Mayan, but I wanted to come out in the Tarot. So I'm going to kind of come out here. Oh, that one. Okay. Provision. Oh, I mean, I used this deck before, but actually I'm not familiar with this one. Provision. Sorry about the... Okay, let's do that. Hidden within your soul. We just talked about going down to the lower self there, depths of the ocean. Your soul are tiny thought seeds that, given the right care, can sprout into newly found abundance. Okay, I just got chills all over everybody. All right. I'm sorry, I got chills all over me, everybody. I feel your chills, everybody. I feel your goosebumps. Okay. You will find that all your daily needs are met as you listen to your heart's whisper. That's what, this is what the High Priestess is coming out to give this message. Even small, yeah, and that's the thing, small and large, even small dreams you haven't yet anticipated can become real. As an everyday experience of beauty, let stressful thoughts fall away. Trust the ways of your soul to bring you to what you seek. And that is the message of the High Priestess. So I'm going to leave these two together, but wow, provision. Beautiful. I love these cards. Oh, we're going to put those two together on top of with victory. Woo! High Priestess. A little higher maybe. Don't squish the higher self card. Oh yeah. All right, and then before we get into our questions, so you have your homework journal. So first we can start with working with that memories. First start with what happened. And I mean, and of course, you know, do what, you know, you're comfortable with. Never do anything that you're not comfortable with, right? And of course, me giving this message, of course, I wouldn't say that, right? I wouldn't say, you gotta do this. Well, I might get bossy because I feel the power. No. All right, so these are the I Ching cards. And I'm going to see about a extra message from the I Ching, from the universe. Okay, that's my evil laugh. So there you go. If that's nothing that can be more embarrassing to do that on YouTube. All right, so that should give you courage to, okay, well, I can play with my inner child a little bit there. Okay, so we got, oh, 4 keeps coming up. Okay, so for some of you, 4 might be very significant. Maybe something began in April. Maybe something really began for you in April. Maybe something on the 4th. Maybe August 4th, something might be happening. Because August is the month of 8 and 4. Right? So 4. But also 2, 4th is death. And then we can be looking at death of the ego. Okay, so what do we got? We got, oh, Chinese letters. Oh, okay, here it is. Okay, so these are the symbols. So we got mountain above and then water below. Oh, mountain above, water below. All right, so I'm going to just actually take a look. Mountain above and water below. Can you see that? I'm really sorry about aren't these cards beautiful if you could see them, eh? There we go. That's gorgeous. All right, so these are the visionaries. Where am I going to put this? Here? Oh yeah, and to also see, I pull these cards in the Mayan Oracle. So Manava, time, turn, and season. So true presence, right? Being your authentic self. And then also Koa, brave, bold, and fearless, courage. So I wanted to just kind of bring that out. But I read those, we get more into that in the mind. So if you are interested more in those, maybe that's enough for you, enough message. So as you can see, like the energies, they really do connect. The readings really do connect. Okay. All right, yeah, from the book. And 4. Ooh, useful folly. Useful folly. Mountain above, water below. Be on guard for the careless or rebellious attitude, characteristics of inexperience. Okay, this is cool, guys. Because remember we mentioned about the emotions. We want to validate, we want to embrace, we want to recognize them, but we don't want to necessarily act upon them, okay? So experience, discernment, taking all our experiences from the past, what we have learned, before, you know, moving forward. Because even excitement, sometimes, you know, we can get into too much excitement and it could, you know, lead down wrong way. Oh, and I just looked at the, I looked at the time, was 4:44. So 4 might be something very significant to some of you guys. Okay. Just as the youth requires instructions, this is a good time to focus on learning lessons from a patient teacher or from life experience. Oh, I just said that. Okay. Is there, well, I didn't say about the teacher. Mind you, when did I talk about the teacher? I think it was in the Mayan Oracle. I did mention something about using, or looking at whether somebody living or maybe even like a role model like Malcolm X, Gandhi, Osho, like somebody that's actually physically here, Martin Luther King, anybody that, resonates with you, that was, actually on earth. That, I mean, you can use your spirit guides as well, but sometimes it's also helpful to use them as a role model, or maybe have somebody that's living that is a teacher. So for some of you maybe you have somebody, but that person is going to continue to help you. For some of you, maybe, for some of you, someone's coming in. Okay. Is there a circumstance in your life that you have failed to comprehend? Perhaps because you didn't appreciate its inherent complexity. Be respectful of anything or anyone who has something to teach you right now. Now, sometimes, so what it's kind of saying too is that, as we just mentioned, well, it was more in the Mayan where we talked about everything being that lesson. We pulled a card, and it said all is good. So even if something like hits our ego or pisses us off, remember, don't give in to the emotion, but say, okay, so it pissed me off because it wanted my attention. What is this showing me? Okay, so for some of you, it could be just like something that is just picking up your attention or grabbing your attention, that kind of thing. So kind of like pay attention to signs, I guess, but signs are going to be stuff that gets your attention, right? If you're focusing on a relationship, ask yourself which of you is currently the student, which of you is the sage. If you are a parent, ask yourself who is the teacher, who's the child. Because we hear often children teach us things, okay? In order to be ready for challenging time, let education be an outgoing part of your life. Develop the necessary mindset and willpower to carry you through confusing time. The wise realize that experience, especially difficult experience, is most powerful teacher. There it is. But we cannot be forced to learn. Take a horse to water, but you can't force it to drink. Mind you, I never saw a horse that needed forcing to drink. They're all happy to drink. But anyways, even from experience, I think that's the point. But we cannot be forced to learn even from experience, right? So maybe cautious of again, allowing yourself to take everything up a level, like for example, anger is the easiest thing. If something makes you angry or someone makes you angry, so that's like on the 2D plane, that's polarity. So, what a jerk or whatever. So, bad or good kind of thing. So I gotta punch them out or something. Or, instead of giving into the anger, say, okay, wait, I know there's something higher. So you're evolving, you're evolving, you're evolving your being to a higher level. So what is this showing me? This obviously wants my attention. Maybe it's not even about that person. I'm going to forget about the person. They're not even worth my attention. They're not worth my attention. However, this lesson is, okay? Hopefully that helps. But be the humble student who delights in learning, the one who nourishes and expanding awareness. So I really find that very, really, really important, because that really goes back to, if we can let go of the 2D things, that polarity, it allows us to come back to the playful of ourselves. And maybe also vice versa, allow that playfulness of yourself, allow not to take the situation so serious, so you can help you to see the lesson, because it's not easy. Oh yeah, please don't get me wrong, it's not easy. I get caught up. Happy to punch somebody out who's all right. So with that, let's see what kind of fortune cookie I'm gonna come out. Okay, and then we're gonna pull a question. So yeah, hopefully it'll help, because yeah, no, you know, it's not easy. You guys, it's not easy. But you know, the thing is, okay, that's, whoa. All right, why not? I was gonna pull another one, but I think the fortune cookies really do want to come out today. They're patient. I didn't pull them into Mayan. Okay, because this is this. Oh wow, more. Oh my gosh. Oh, 4. 4, y'all. Okay, the signs. Something about 4. Maybe count the 4 before you react, and then maybe, you know, well, they say 10, but maybe you only need 4 because you're a higher being, right? But maybe there, you know, like there is that counting, you know, before you react to something, and then all of a sudden, you know, truth will hit you, and you're like, oh, this is what that means, and then you know, there will be no action taken that will be mistaken, because you know we misunderstood something. But by holding off on reacting, you know, 4 is death of the ego. That's death of the ego. Holding off before we react, death of the ego. Then, you know, then we'll be like, ooh, yeah, come back to truth. And then you'll see the truth. And then it could save you from something. Okay, so anyway, change. A change of residence, partner, career, or job is on the cards. You're restless and in need of change, and that is exactly what is coming your way. So yeah, as I mentioned, you're changing. Now here's the thing, as you change, things are going to change around you, and allow it. Just let it go and don't hold on. That was a big message. Don't hold on, allow it go, because as you change, yeah, things are going to change around you, people, your environment. So it's here for this, whoever resonates. Some of you may be moving, maybe just to across the street or across the planet, so anywhere. And then what do we have? Challenges. Woo! So what does it say? Take time out from problems or conflict, or approach softly to avoid making matters worse. Okay, that's kind of what we just talked about. The 4, doing the count. Don't react right away. Because one thing to remind yourself, no matter what's going on the outside, like, first of all, we can't control things on the outside, so why bother paying attention to them? However, if it's hitting something in us, we want to take a look in that. Because, yeah, our 10 of Pentacles, our victory, here it is. Our victory is here, right? We know we're going to be victorious, so why bother even paying attention to lower energies? Okay, and then achievement, right, there you go. Because you're doing the work. That's your 7 of Pentacles. It's manifesting. That's your 6 of Wands. Achievement. Enjoy the limelight. You've earned it. Yeah, you've earned it. You've really done the work. Although on the family front, someone health could cause some secret worries and sleepless nights. Okay, 9 of Pentacles. So in other words, know that, I think kind of terrible. They put a good message and then they'll like get a, oh. So yeah. So here's a good point, what I'm going to say about this card right now. Don't even let your mind go there. You've achieved this. You know everything's good. You know everything's supposed to be the way it's supposed to be. You know if there is something for some of you, Aloha Mai, maybe there was a loss for some of you, Aloha Mai. But the thing is that Ho'oponopono, everything's in its place, and everything, all is good. And the thing is, it's about you right now and moving forward. I mean, do what you need to do to honor whatever situation, but you know, do focus. Don't be afraid, or I don't think you're using the word ashamed, but don't hesitate to focus on the good in your life. So don't allow, so what I'm going to say as a general message, don't allow anything negative, even if it's, you know, somebody, you know, a loved one, or however, just somebody close, or somebody you know, even like something somebody else is going through that maybe needed what they need to go through. But don't allow anything negative regardless, to impact your good fortune, your well-earned abundance, okay? Your achievements. Don't let anything take away from your achievement. You deserve to be happy. To be happy. I mean, sure, we're not going to flaunt it, but I'm not getting anybody who's going to be like that. Right? Yeah. So, but truly inside, like, maybe, you know, that's the thing. Looking back, maybe, and that's what happened to me. I had to cut a 50-year relationship, and I didn't want to cut it because it was a deep, deep connection. But that connection was still, the negativity that was coming out of that connection was still impacting me today, holding me back. And it started way back when I was a child. So, you know, seeing that, but I didn't realize until it just came to light. And that could be, you know, maybe the journaling, for those of you who are called to do that, can help by, you know, journaling like an event. All of a sudden you're going to notice, because we feel it, but sometimes it takes a little bit of the proper mindset, that awareness, that observing, the witnessing, to really have that epiphany, right? That light bulb moment, like, oh my goodness, this connection is contributing to a lot of this. Now, we don't want to blame the person, but it's the connection showing us, because the thing is, and we don't want to blame ourselves either, but what we're looking at is that our choices. So my choices, I need to cut that. I had to let go of the connection. That was my choice. And it wasn't like a punishment for the person. Because that's not my heart. My heart is loving, always loving. But it was a thing for me. You know, it was for my personal growth. I wanted to grow. And because there was no change, and that was the biggest thing. You know, had the person change? Yeah, no problem. You're not holding me out, no problem. But we're not on the same page. And I'm growing. And so it's affecting me even more, because, you know, things were not changing as far as our connection with, you know, the other person. And so it was still having a really negative impact. And so I had to let go. And then, but a lot of things, all like a whole bunch of fears were released, and it was really powerful. So that's kind of, don't allow anything to hold you back from celebrating yourself, really honoring yourself, because you're going to do it for you, right? And that's the thing. You do it for you. You celebrate yourself. Okay. All right. Whoops. And I have that back. Oh, and there's health. It was upside down. So what do I want to say? An excellent time to start. Okay. So this, or anyways. So many friendships are on the horizon. That's what I want to say. But what I want to say is that a lot of you realize it is about your health. Okay. And these changes are also physical changes. So that is happening too. I did mention that a little bit too. Like your beauty. So your physical beauty is also changing. But it's because we are changing our energies. We are changing our relationship with ourselves. And that's what this Venus in retrograde really wants to show us. Even though we may have an issue out here with somebody, an issue out there with somebody, could be love, could be family, could be friends, could be business. But these relationships are showing all the changes we need to make within ourselves. And that's where we're giving love to ourselves. That's where we're honoring ourselves. So for me, cutting that connection was honoring myself. And so by honoring myself, that's like giving love to myself automatically. And you see, it happens like that. And it happens fast. And then the changes start coming in real fast, like that 8 of Wands. Okay, so let's get a question. Are you ready for the question? Okay, it's your punning question. You can use this part as your journaling. Oh, that's kind of neat. What would I do if I had enough time? What do I do when I have time? All right, I really like that question because what I really love about this is treat your life now as you have all the time in the world. We have that right here from the higher self. See, and I like this coming out the higher self. You're being reborn. You've let go of everything that was holding you down. There's that 10 of Wands. You let go of everything holding you down. So that's also giving you more time in the world. So now, what is it, the things I love? What do I want to do? What are the things I really want to do? And that's how you want to treat your life. So, answering that question, because you are a beautiful soul and you deserve it. And yes, victory and abundance is coming in. But just remember to play, remember to have fun, remember to just embrace that inner playfulness, inner child, whatever you see, however you relate to that, your inner lower self. So just really enjoy and have a lot of fun. So I'm sending you lots of love, and that was a lot of fun for me, and thank you for being here, and thank you for your energy, because I just love these readings, and such beautiful messages come out, such empowering messages. Enjoy the full moon. If you'd like to join with the meditation, you can. It's about like 19 minutes of meditation on its own, premiering August 1st of the super full moon in Aquarius. So yeah, and Aquarius and Uranus is all about that rebellious self, and not in the way a lot of us can see rebellious, but in a way of the rebellious of, you know, not being conformed, being free. You know, if you think about Osho, being free, allow your spirit to dance, allow your spirit to fly. The chariot, take the chariot ride that is fast going to where it is your victory, you know, where it is your success, because you deserve it. And you're full of love, and I'm sending lots of love. I call them Mayan. I just have 1122 on the clock. So we'll let you go, and have a wonderful full moon, and we'll see you next time. Aloha, AKKI, KKI. Love yourself, love one another.